Today, we're really zeroing in on New York City politics, specifically the 2025 mayoral race.
And we just got confirmation, it's official now. Curtis Sliwa has locked up the Republican nomination. He ran unopposed.
Unopposed, right.
Right.
So that sets one piece of the puzzle.
Exactly. But it's shaping up to be a really unconventional election overall. Very fragmented.
And Sliwa himself seems to think this fragmentation is his big chance. He's apparently said this scenario, Mayor Adams potentially running as an independent, Zohran Mamdani likely getting the Democratic nod, gives him a, quote, real probability of winning.
Yeah, and it's interesting how he's framing that. He's not just pointing to general unhappiness. He's really tapping into specific voter frustrations. You hear it constantly.
Like what specifically?
Well, things like crime, definitely. The ongoing migrant shelter situation, that's huge. Affordability, which never goes away in NYC, and even those City of Yes policies.
The housing and zoning reforms, those have been quite contentious.
Extremely. And Sliwa sees all this discontent, all these fault lines as his opening.
He's also getting some significant backup, right? We saw the endorsement from former Governor George Pataki.
That's right. Pataki isn't just giving his name, he's actively fundraising. He mentioned a lackluster Democratic lineup as part of his reasoning. It's a notable boost for Sliwa.
But Adams isn't just sitting back watching this happen.
No, definitely not. His countermove seems to be courting GOP support himself, trying to peel off some Republicans, maybe even get some endorsements for his independent run, assuming he goes that route.
So he's hoping Republicans might ditch Sliwa for him.
Or at least split the vote, yeah. It's a gamble, but it could really muddy the waters for the conservative vote. Very unpredictable.
Okay, so let's back up a bit. For those who might not know him as well beyond the headlines, who is Curtis Sliwa? The Red Beret is iconic, of course.
Right, the Beret and the Guardian Angels. They go hand in hand. He founded the group back in '77, originally called the Magnificent 13.
Became the Guardian Angels in '79, known for those unarmed subway patrols, citizen action against crime.
Exactly. They did karate training, very visible presence. It really tapped into the anxieties of that era. And he himself is pure New York. Grew up in Canarsie, Brooklyn.
And he's had a long career in media, too, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah, decades. As a conservative talk radio host on WABC, always focusing on law and order, crime, those kinds of themes. It's been his brand for a very long time.
There's also that incredible story from his past, the assassination attempt in '92.
Yeah, it's quite something. Shot multiple times in a taxi, but he escaped through the window. It adds a whole other layer to his persona. Not many candidates have a story like that.
Definitely not. It's almost cinematic. So with that background, what's he actually proposing for the city now in 2025? What's the platform?
Well, a few key things stand out. He talks about adding, I think it's around 7,000 new police officers. Big focus on more cops in the subways, both uniformed and undercover.
Okay, more police presence. What else?
He's also pledging to repeal the City of Yes housing agenda. Want to give zoning power back to local communities, which obviously plays into some of the debates we mentioned.
Right, reversing those Adams administration policies.
And then there are proposals on reforming bail laws, trying to improve homeless shelters, though details are sometimes debated, and cracking down harder on things like fare evasion on the subway.
Wow. So it really does tie back directly to those frustrations we talked about: crime, homelessness, housing, the subways. He's positioning himself as the guy to fix the crises.
That's clearly the angle, the crisis problem solver. Whether that resonates broadly enough